Hey guys.
Oh, good. Let's start over.
I'm Dave. I'm the executive director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. We're so glad you're here with us today. This is episode 15 of the Community Cares podcast. Would you mind introducing yourself, sir?
I'm Chaplain Chaz Blackburn, and have the honor of being on the board of directors for Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And I'm Anna, program director, and also on the board.
I'm Yesenia Segura, one of the Family Resource Center specialists through the School District of Washoe County.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrea, for commenting no sound, or is it just me? Because Dave forgot to turn on the sound. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we're here, Community Cares, the podcast, for those that are new or newish. We're just trying to connect people in the community. And it really started with just a conversation that you and I had, Chaz. Yeah. We already said this, so if you didn't hear it, thanks, Andrea. Thank you.
Jose's like, Jessie.
Hi, Jose.
Hi, bestie.
That's what's so cool about this
really?
live podcast, though, is it's interactive.
Oh,
People can jump on.
They're fighting over you, Jose.
Uh-oh.
Always.
And so what it's about is us coming together in the community and really working hard to connect other organizations. I'm so glad you're here because you do an excellent job with that, with what you're doing at the Family Resource Center. But we'll get into that more later for sure. And Anna does an excellent job connecting people over email and making sure that we are connecting. But like I said, it really just started. The podcast started because Chaz and I were just talking. We're like, man, we need to work together more. We need to figure things out. We were just doing one partnership with Circle of Life with the sock hop.
That was crazy back then.
And I was trying to convince you to be on the board of Good Shepherd. I'm like, you got to be on my board, man. You're smart and you're on other boards. And I know.
Oh, stop.
And he's like, nope.
Truly an honor. When I learned about what Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet really does for the community, it was a no-brainer. I mean, we meet such a need that people don't realize on a large scale for Northern Nevada.
Well, I love having you on the board. Love having you on the board.
Thank
love
you.
making sure that we're all connecting in the community, and that's what it's all about. And that's what that conversation was. Jose says, haha, love it. There you go. And that's what this is about, is why we do it live, is actually most of our listeners and viewers don't watch it live. But we want to have the opportunity for people. So if you're listening later, totally fine. We're cool with that. But if you wanted to interact with us and talk, that's why we do it live. We've had people ask some excellent questions on the podcast, which is super helpful. And so that's great. So thank you for watching live. And we're all about just connecting the community. So that's what we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing. And just the organizations working together. The sock hop, that was such a fun event.
That was you in your leather jacket, man. Looked like
He's
Fonzie.
Fonzie.
Oh boy. The senior
Rolled up
center.
jeans, yep.
You guys did an awesome
The
job.
seniors loved you. It's like, he's married, ladies. He's married.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're excited to have you here, Jessie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Chaz, why don't you describe a little bit about what the podcast is about for those that are new listening?
Take two. Well, really just coming together. We're stronger united. Our now straight sign here that says be the change that you want to see in the world. Really just putting that into action and showing that we're stronger united and talking about the resources and highlighting them, because I had no idea about some of them, just like the different ones we had on our first show. But I think next week we have Oscar Delgado from CHA coming on board. And it's just amazing to be able to see all these different community leaders and people in the community who are doing great things like her. I'm really excited to have her on today.
Yeah, thank you, Jessie.
Thank you for having me.
She was telling me a little bit about what she does, and I was blown away.
Well, we're not talking about it yet.
I know,
We're
I'm excited.
Saving it for the end. I'm excited to have her here too, and it's great. Some of the guests we've had, Forever 14, all these different organizations that are just trying to make a difference in the community. So we really appreciate
Brighton.
everyone.
I met someone who knew Brighton. He knows so many people. It was I was at the homeless Thanksgiving feed for the homeless veterans, and I met this gentleman who is in the Corvette Club, but he also helps facilitate Hot August Nights. And I was like, do you know Brighton Dennison? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's my friend.
Awesome.
And I was like, yeah, he was just on our show, our Community Cares podcast.
Yeah.
Great guy.
And last Monday, he donated a spot for us at his event. On the spot. He's like, because he's the head of Great American Craft Fairs.
Wow.
And they're doing the big tree lighting downtown Reno. So
That's great.
yeah, it's huge. And that's what this is all about, is working together and connecting.
Networking.
Exactly. And we're and at that event, we're actually going to be, it kind of ties into our first event we're going to talk about today. Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet is actually going to be doing a live stream on Giving Tuesday. We're going to do it live in the studio, and doing raffles and all sorts of things to help raise awareness of what we're doing in the community. Raffle tickets will be $5 per ticket, and you can win all sorts of prizes. We're going to have different jars here on the table, and it'll be live. If there's no one watching, that's fine. I'll just sit here by myself live. And
Well, text me if that happens, and I'll come buy a raffle ticket.
and I'll just, I
And you
mean,
don't have to actually come by to buy a raffle ticket, right?
Good.
You
Right.
can actually
Right.
do it online. So yeah,
She's saying, so
Absolutely.
now I got to buy one.
buy,
PayPal.
or it's really easy. Go
And-
to PayPal.
Right,
Yep.
super easy, and we're really excited to be doing that, and so we've got some great donations. We said last week it was a 9-foot Christmas tree. It's actually a 12-foot Christmas
Whoa.
tree that
Oh
was
my
donated to us.
No wonder it's so expensive.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they normally retail for $600, so it was a huge donation from Habitat for Humanity. We really appreciate it, and that will be one of the raffle items. We'll have a couple more, and Jessie tonight even said I'll donate something for you guys too. So,
Yeah, thanks to another amazing agency we partner with, Katie Grace Foundation, which I'm sure you guys know.
Love them.
Yes, they're amazing. Kimberly and Caitlin Green gave us a few acrylic nails for our clothes closet, so I'm bringing that over. I have it here today.
Hey, thank you so much. We really
you.
You're
appreciate the
welcome. Sharing
donation.
the love. I mean, that's what's it's all about, working together for the same
Right.
cause.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, and we're all that's what it's all about, and that's what this podcast is about, is us
Yeah.
working together in the community, right?
Always, yes.
And so we're really excited for that. It'll be a fun event. It'll be a live stream. It will probably be a 6-hour live stream of me sitting there all the entire time. I'll be working on a computer, talking to people. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun event. So if you get a chance, definitely jump on and check it out on Facebook. But we'll be promoting it, and it'll be live next Tuesday. Or not next Tuesday. It is
it
next
Tuesday?
It
Tuesday.
is next Tuesday.
Oh,
yeah.
oh boy.
I keep
So
forgetting.
next
Yeah.
Tuesday. Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, man. It
Yeah.
does.
So
I'm like,
28th?
wow, Thanksgiving is this week. 28th.
Or tomorrow.
28th.
28th,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
I'm
Okay.
terrible with calendars.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, 20 what? Sure. I just know next Tuesday.
Okay. Okay.
I'm so bad at
You know
that.
your anniversary, though, right? You put that in your phone?
Yes. So actually, our anniversary, we picked a date intentionally so I would remember.
That's smart.
4/16/16. Makes it
Easy.
super easy.
Star Wars
Super easy.
launch?
What?
Was it a Star Wars launch?
Actually, we
Star
thought
Wars.
about doing May the 4th. We really did.
That's awesome.
And we didn't do May the 4th because Nika, if you listen to this podcast, you already know you can go back to a few episodes ago with Nika on here. But definitely, Star Wars is very integrated
It was
into
so much fun.
our family and stuff.
Yep. Jar Jar
So-
Binks is the best character.
Absolutely not. Nope. Jar Jar is terrible. That was a mistake. Do you like Jar Jar Binks?
I like everything that's
Aw.
Star Wars related. I don't mind him.
So yeah, we're gonna do that full live stream. Definitely jump on there if you're watching this later. It'll be a big event, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Raffle off some pretty cool items. So and it'll be about awareness and talking things through. I'll be playing some videos that we've made in the past of some of our clients and other things that will be in the midst of that. So it's all things Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet for a lot of hours in a row. So it'll be a lot of fun. Chaz, buckets. You brought buckets.
Yes, I'll make it quick, but I just wanted to have a reminder because it is the holidays, and it's really important with Thanksgiving this week to really be grateful and just honor what we're grateful for. But also, I think we forget sometimes that there's a lot of people hurting who've lost loved ones that aren't going to be sitting at the table. So I wanted to do a quick little exercise. If you guys will grab one of these little pieces of sea glass.
Oh, we're doing some AMSR stuff.
Go
ASMR.
ahead and grab a sea glass.
That's what the kids call it.
And then if you guys
Is that really loud?
fill it, sorry, that
It's
was
probably
Yeah,
not that loud,
okay.
actually.
No?
It seems like, well, now it is.
Sorry.
Poor
everybody
listeners.
just dropped
Poor
off.
listeners.
Right.
Gone later.
Oh, so does
Hanging it up every once in a
does
while.
anybody know where sea glass comes from? Is
No.
anybody familiar?
The sea?
So it does come from the sea. So when you have glass snow globes that are used for floats, when they break upon the beach, they shatter into sharp pieces of glass.
Oh.
And so if you fill it, it's really smooth. And so what this represents is, during the holidays and different times, grief is so unpredictable. You have waves of grief that come crashing in. And when the grief first hits and you have that first loss, it's super sharp. And as you hold that grief, it would cut you really deep and hurt and be really painful. The whole point of this is that, our grief never really goes anywhere. We always miss our loved ones. But as the grief continues and the waves keep crashing, eventually it grinds the grief or the sea glass to become smoother over time. And so as you continue to hold that, hopefully your grief will become smoother. There's still going to be sharp points. It's still going to be as heavy. But hopefully over time it does get a little smoother and not hurt as much and as deep. So it's just a reminder to stay encouraged, show yourself grace as you're going through tough times and difficult times, that you can get through it and you're not alone, unfortunately or fortunately, on this journey of grief. There's many of us. Talk to someone who's a trusted friend. And then also remember the light. So as we lose more people, sometimes our grief gets heavier. Go ahead and take one and pick one. They all have different names.
Do I close
Well,
my
no,
eyes?
don't
Is
no,
this a
look,
magic trick?
purposely pick one. Look
Oh.
at, it's got different
Okay.
things on it.
I like this one.
Pick one that relates to you guys.
I'm not really good with choices.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
No, you have to purposely pick it.
Oh,
Yeah, look at.
This is
Okay.
So we have to, we definitely describe things for our audio listeners.
okay.
We have a lot of audio listeners.
Well, I picked the word trust.
I like that one too.
Trust,
There's so
that's
many
good.
good words.
Anna, which one did you pick?
I picked dream.
Dream. I like that.
Why'd you pick Dream?
So I get to go first. Okay, I picked dream because I dream of the day when people in need are no longer in need.
Wow,
So,
that's beautiful.
yeah.
That's deep.
Is it?
That's beautiful. What'd you pick, Jessie?
I picked trust because it takes a lot to trust someone. And I feel like that's really worth it to make that accomplishment when helping people, making
so
sure that
true.
they can trust you and
Yeah.
so they can tell you what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I picked faith, and because faith matters, being able to have faith in what we're doing and what's happening in the community, and in my faith in God. So
I love it. I was going to pick that, but you picked it. So I picked the other one. So again, sometimes with complex grief or added grief, the more people we lose, it does get heavier. But it also can get smoother the more experienced we are with it. And I picked Believe, and the reason I picked that is every year we have the Believe event at the Believe sign downtown, which is a grief support event where we just remember and honor our loved ones. And really that's what it's all about, is we have to hold on to the light because grief is so dark, and just be grateful for the reason that we're hurting, which is because we love so much, and to hold on to those special memories and the light. And then the last part of that is the light of helping each other. And I believe that we're stronger united. I believe we can help each other through. So you guys can keep those, and just to be encouraged. And that's
Thank
something
you.
that I like to do.
Thank
We
you.
just had Suicide Survivors International Day that I was able and honored to speak at on Saturday. And it was just a powerful time of remembrance again. We did the same exercise, and we lit some candles to just remember our loved ones. So all of you out there, just be grateful and know that if you need anything, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you. And I'm just grateful for you all in the community that we are able to continue forward together.
that was beautiful. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
And that's what this is all about. We've had some deep conversations on this show. So, and it's okay to be deep. It's okay to have these kinds of conversations. It's okay to, you should be encouraged to do those things with your
Yeah.
family and friends. I mean, my mom, when we were growing up, would always, and we didn't always have a lot, but my mom growing up would always say to all of me and my siblings, which there were 4 siblings, we all had to go around the table and say something we were thankful for Thanksgiving.
And I love that. It's so important. Gratitude.
And as a kid, I was like, oh, come on, Mom. But as an adult, I definitely appreciate that being instilled in me to be grateful for the things we have. Because there were times where there was no presents under the Christmas tree, where family members and all sorts of things. And I know pieces of your past, so because you've shared them with me. But it's hard sometimes. It's really hard.
It is, but gratitude, it doesn't fix our losses and hurt, but it definitely helps us and empowers us to move forward. And it makes life so much more joyful. I know we were talking about that earlier before. And so I'll just say one thing I'm grateful for. I think we should do that since you brought the table around. It's our little Thanksgiving with our coffee.
Our little Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to work with you all and give back because I feel so much more fulfilled having purpose and serving others. And there's nothing replaces loving other people.
I'm thankful for just being here at Good Shepherd, even though it was something honestly, when I started, I didn't want to be here. I've shared that story a lot of times.
I'm grateful for VO.
I didn't say you. Oh, buddy, of course I'm grateful for you. Definitely grateful for that. And before we move on to the next person, I just want to shout out John. John says, great analogy, Chaplain Chaz. So thank you.
Shout out to John. So that's actually, real quick, that's my team lead for homeless and displaced populations in our chaplain corps, the Great Basin Chaplain Corps, and he does an amazing job. He works as a supervisor for the VOA at the CARES campus, and he helps facilitate multiple projects going on down there, and he just is an amazing guy. And really, I had a thing happen. I saw him on Saturday, and he reminded me of some things to be grateful for. So I just thank you, John.
Hey, thanks,
thank you
John,
for all you do.
And then Anna.
Yeah. I am grateful for the opportunity to be here, to serve the community, and to meet all the wonderful community resources out there like Jessie. She's one of the actually early ones that I started working with when I started at Good Shepherd. But all the amazing, again, community resources, we're all coming together to help help Northern Nevada. So thank you so much, and so glad to be here.
I'm very thankful for being here tonight. This is really neat. I'm thankful for each of you, even though I just met you today. I'm grateful for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
And what you are each doing together, along with, I feel very pleased to be a part of this circle that keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I love it. The more the merrier for me. I feel like we have a greater impact in the community.
Amen.
And it's such a more positive way. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And thank you for the work that you do with our children, because they are our future. And it is imperative that we invest in them in multiple ways. So thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so let's now that I was so
That was all
rudely
warm and
interrupted.
I know. He's like, okay, next.
Ready to move on.
Thank you next, right? Is that what the kids say?
The show must go on.
Way to kill the vibe.
So the
Don't be a Grinch.
the other two events
Grinch. You're a bad banana with the greasy black.
people are so confused right now. I'm just letting you know. They're like, what is this show?
We're having fun, okay? It's a conversation.
Absolutely, and that's what I love about this. So we're going to talk about the other events. We'll be pretty brief with them. But I wanted to shout out Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical, which is so funny that you sing that. Did you do that because you saw that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was on purpose, my friend.
Fine. And that's going on from the 21st to the 26th. That'll be at the Pioneer Center. If you like shows and going to plays and stuff, definitely check them out. It looks like it's going to be a fun musical. And I know, little known secret, I don't tell very many people this. When I was younger, my mom, I was homeschooled. My mom forced me to do plays, and so yeah, I know it's totally embarraing. Totally embarrassing.
No wonder you're so good at.
No.
So good at acting.
So I
Wow.
I was gonna say like show skills of speaking or like.
I just
yeah and Nika actually is a thespian. So yeah, I was forced. Nice try. That's my dad who commented right there. I did not want to do it when I was younger. Oh boy. So
You loved it. Don't lie.
as a young little boy, yes. When I got older, I didn't like it as much, but it's all right. It's all right.
That would be
But
a
it
good
helped you on
fundraiser.
becoming who you are. It helped you in some way positively.
It did,
becoming who you
absolutely,
are, right?
absolutely. You're right. Look at you, jumping in.
I have a really good
little
fundraiser
faith
idea.
and stuff.
Hey, I got a great fundraiser idea.
No,
If we hit a certain amount,
I don't like where this is going.
we'll have our ED dress up our executive director as a character and be able to act out. That would be cool.
No.
What character?
It's for our people we serve, Dave.
Oh boy, my dad says, right. You were a ham. Thanks, Dad. And
I like him already.
John. Oh, my dad's one of my best friends. Yeah, I love my dad. John also said all glory to God, and Jose said hi. Oh, we already said that one. He said love it. So yeah, thank you guys for commenting, and that's the point. And we want to shout out every comment we can as we see them. And so thank you guys for being a part of this conversation. That's the whole point of why we're doing what we're doing. So that's my mom. Thanks, Mom.
Oh,
You loved it. When you were young, David. I got pictures.
Oh, I want to see
No.
I want to see Mom. Post it in the comments.
Don't you dare. Don't you
Go,
dare.
Mom. Go.
Go, Mom. Yay. That's something I will do with my sons.
The other
I love it.
the other event we want to talk about is the turkey trot. We mentioned it last week, but it is a fundraiser, and it is a great fundraiser for Keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful. And they're doing a great job, and also the American Radio Emergency Service, and that's on November 23rd. The prices are on November 18th, $30, November 20th through the 22nd, $45, and on November 23rd, which is the day of, is $65, and that's cash only on that day if you want to be a part of it. But the Turkey Trot's a great event, and I know a lot of people that are going to be a part of it, and it's a run, but you don't have to run. There's a walking one too. I actually have a friend who's a runner, and he's going to do the 10K. I'm like, oh, I could not do that.
Oh no, Councilman Dare is going to be doing it this year, and he's walking, of course, because he had a surgery. But he said, "I'm still getting out there."
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. My nieces run circles around me when we did it last year, but this year I can't do it, and the reason is because I'm doing a Viking wedding. Chess doesn't even know. Don't worry, I'm not gonna say Viking stuff. Jeez Louise.
That's your business.
Look at that look I got.
No,
my goodness.
That's not a usual thing you hear someone say.
For the audio listeners, I got a look. I'm just letting you know.
And the third thing that we have
No,
going.
that was it. That was it.
Oh.
That was 3 events. We
What?
already mentioned that one first.
Oh, the live stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're doing the live stream. We're going to have fun. So please join us on next Tuesday. We'd love to have you there. So, yeah. So now we've gone pretty far in the episode. I really want to give Jessie lots of time. So, Jessie, why don't you tell us why you're here, what you're doing in the community, and why you make a difference?
Well, I feel like it's not just me. There's a huge group behind me of amazing staff, including 2 more specialists that do the work I do and help them. I've been in the school district for close to 16 years now. I've done a little bit of everything within the school district, and this is going on my 3rd year with the Family Resource Center. We are part of the intervention department. With that, we have several other departments that include the Family Resource Center. And the reason why I want to point them out is because we all work together as a big family like you guys are. So we have the re-engagement specialist who helped re-engage kiddos back into the school that may somehow lost their way a little bit for whatever the reason may be. We also have attendance officers who monitor and support kiddos that may be missing attending schools. They are very interactive in regards to talking to the families and the kiddos mostly. They transport them back and forth. We also have the truancy department along with the Children in Transition program, which is kiddos that are abandoned or do not have a home themselves along with their families, and they're doubled up with other other family members or friends or whatever the scenario may be. And then the Family Resource Center, there's 5 locations for that Family Resource Center. We necessarily not just work with families, but with individuals that may be in need of basic needs and then crisis. And they vary when they either come in person to each of our offices, or if they call or text, or if we are giving a referral by either outside agencies or within the school department and the school district, such as teachers, counselors, social workers. They just connect us and then they tell us the situation, and then we reach out and we try to find out and how to help that family, however that family may look like.
So it's what you're saying is it's different. Like there's a lot of different hands.
Correct.
A lot of different hands. It's
Correct.
more than just one thing here, one thing there.
Correct.
You guys are doing a lot of different things. So to sum it up in like layman's terms, if you had to go after the, I don't know, 3 or 4 things that is like the main purpose of what you do.
We try to prevent any type of scenario that may interrupt a child attending school.
So you try to interrupt any scenario. I like that a lot. Any scenario that keeps a child from attending school. That's cool.
Right. And we also not just help families, but any individuals that may be struggling, because we know how financially our situation, not just Reno, but Nevada and the whole United States have changed how it used to be. Specifically after the pandemic, we're still trying to handle things that may have happened then. And even though it's been 3 years, everyone handles it differently.
Yeah.
Right. And with that being said, housing prices are outrageous right now.
Right.
And we understand that. At some point, everyone that works in our offices have been struggling somehow, some way, and understand firsthand when we see that person having the hard time to make it into our office and asking for help.
Yeah, because
So-
it's scary to ask for help, right?
And sometimes they feel embarrassed, or sometimes
Yeah.
they feel like, why should I trust these people with my
Right.
problems, right?
Absolutely. Or they're scared that there's certain barriers, maybe.
Correct. And they feel like sometimes they don't have children in the schools, and they go, so you're not going to be able to help me. So they make those assumptions, which are understandable. But they don't have to be scared.
Right.
If they're 18 and over, even if they're seniors, we can help.
Yeah.
At least making it welcoming. All of our staff are bilingual.
It's amazing.
We have 5 locations within our school district
Yeah.
to make it easier for the community to find us.
Right.
So the one I'm in is inside O'Brien Middle School. We oversee the entire North Valleys area, zip codes A9506, A9508.
And you know that school is beautiful. Like that.
Yeah,
it's a cool new
brand
school.
new school.
Yeah.
A year and some months old.
And I like you have your own little section over there. It's
Yes.
so cool.
That's
It's
the
so
goal for every new school building now, to be like that. So
And I feel like the space that you have there, it's like you guys are expanding. Every time I go there, you're like adding new resources there. I mean,
Yeah.
I was there
Yeah.
last week, and you now have the food pantry
Right.
there. So yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like we're trying to cover all the needs that are out there, right? Instead of just having someone come into our office, tell us their problems, and say, okay, so this is where you need to go. No, trying to do direct services there. Like, you need clothing. And, thanks to you guys 2 years ago, when we started our efforts and me given the opportunity to oversee that location, I was thinking, me as a North Valley's resident myself, what would I want to see if I'm in crisis, if I'm in need? What would I want to just see people saying how they can help me and give me a bunch of papers on where to go? Or can they help me here and there as I come in?
And to be a hub, right?
Right.
Right.
For all sorts of different things.
Right. So I
Yeah.
went into the amazing internet and Googled clothing and agencies that may offer those services. And the first one that popped up were you guys, the Good Shepherd Clothes
amazing.
Closet. So what I did, not being shy at all, I reached out and sent emails that didn't work. So I started calling and and so I was able to contact the person
Persistence.
before you, right?
Yeah.
And so we decided on scheduling an interview, and not just with me, but at that time I had a social work intern that went to college, and we were given the opportunity to have her experience hands-on with the work we do. And so she came along with me, along with my family advocate, and I want my staff, to always be involved on the efforts we're doing.
It's huge.
Yeah, to be a part of it so they can see firsthand what it takes.
Yeah.
Right. So there's always those goals, those settings, and what to do moving forward, and just trying to find out how we can do together as a community, and not just stay stuck and
Yes.
not finding a way.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think that's great. And you've referred people to us. You've referred people to all sorts of different agencies in the area. So if they need further help too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can't have everything.
Right. Because we have our hands tight when it comes to money availability. So
Right.
that's always rough. So we cannot always say yes to every single phone call that someone's in crisis. We have to do a needs assessment and find out a little bit pennies here and there that we may have remaining. Perhaps we cannot always pay for rent, but you say, maybe we can give you a week or 2 weeks worth of food and then clothing. And we get many agencies like yourselves helping us to make those efforts a reality. So yeah, perhaps we are not able to pay rent, but will they help to give you the chance to look out through our clothes closet? You can find uniforms for your kiddos so they can go to school tomorrow. Food to cook, to have some at your table.
And then you can also refer out, like I know the City of Reno,
Yes.
City Sparks just got replenished with some money for
Yes.
rental assistance. And so you guys really are a hub.
Right. And so I know it's a struggle for the residents at North Valleys, and we understand it. There's also the Nevada Legal Services that we partner with, and we refer them to those case managements over there.
Awesome.
We used to have the emergency power bill assistance through the Nevada Energy Safe program. As the need keeps getting higher, those funds got exhausted November 3rd.
I run into
So-
that in hospice for some of our seniors. It's not really available anymore.
Right. But we have the Nevada Energy Assistance Program through the Welfare Office. That's a paper application. It's a much longer process, but we are able to help submit those requirements in our office, along with applying for Medicaid and for SNAP. And we help them through. We have all of our advocates, including myself, are fully trained on how to submit those applications online.
Which is so important. It's a holistic view. It's all the needs, right? And I like what Rob said. He said, wow, what good programs for our kiddos. We have had a lot of teen suicides, and we won't go too deep into that. But I think what you guys are doing is a crucial role in helping be in front line and preventing that by meeting the needs of a lot of families. So thank you. I mean, we have to get more creative and think outside the box and continue to move forward and adapt as the times change, like after the pandemic, because there's so many unrealized grief that happened in the isolation and just tons of different issues. So I'm just grateful to have people like you in the community who have the passion and the calling, and we will get through this and we'll work together and become stronger.
There's always going to be someone to listen, at least to offer a lending ear, if not anything else.
And if you can't fix it, it makes a huge difference to provide that hope of listening.
Correct.
Hope and dignity, as we always say, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Hope and dignity. That's what we always try to provide. If you look at our website, that's the first thing that it says, hope and dignity.
Yes.
The idea is how can we provide hope and dignity to those in need. That's one of the reasons I really love our location here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, is because we have the welfare office right over there. On Wednesdays, that food pantry by SCF is open at the same time we are. So someone can come here, go to the welfare office, get clothing, and get food all in one stop shop, right?
Yeah, and then you have a family resource center really nearby over here on 12th Street.
I did not know that.
Right behind Sparks High School.
Really? I did not
that's-
know that.
Lisa Guzman oversees that one.
See,
Okay.
that's what this
Nice.
show's all about.
That's what it's all about. Is
I
having
brought
conversations.
flyers.
Yeah, please. You brought the flyers.
Yeah.
Share with
Yeah.
our audience what's going on.
So pretty much it's an easy flyer to read. Hopefully, it tells the basic needs that all the services the biggest services that we offer. Right, resources, SNAP application assistance, Medicaid application assistance, basic needs. Food, clothing, hygiene. Energy assistance program like we talked about, and we have a main number, one number with different 5 extensions that covers the one in Sun Valley and Spanish Springs, which is inside Desert Skies Middle School, right on Donatello Drive. We have the second location we were just talking about in Sparks. That's extension number 2, right behind Sparks High School. Then we have the one in Central South Reno, which is extension number 3, right behind Worcester High School. And then we have mine, which is the North Valley's FRC extension number 4, right inside O'Brien, and also the brand newest one, Feemster Family Resource Center extension number 5.
You know, I just want to say there's so much negativity out there, but it's so important to highlight the wins, and what you guys do, that's a win in our community. So thank you.
Oh, we're just blessed to have all the staff that really care.
Yeah.
And they keep going, and it's not just a 9-to-5 job. It's something that even though they don't take the problems with them, but they remain. If someone walks in at 4:55, we're not going to say, oops, sorry, we're closed in 5 minutes, try again. We're going to be there, we're going to care, and we're going to welcome them in, not leave them in the cold, and say, how can we help?
And is it only for the students that are in that school, or is it for...
It's for the entire community. So
Perfect.
if a senior citizen that is 85 years old
Okay.
and happens to live around this area, and you guys have given everything that, per se, I'm that senior citizen,
Okay.
and I come and get my clothing, and then I say, I really need to apply for SNAP. Where
Okay.
can I go? You can tell them to the welfare office, or if they're not open or they're not available, you can go to the Family Resource Center at Sparks. If he doesn't live in this area, let's say he lives in Spanish Springs, you don't have to know that. Just give them.
I'm like, dude, I don't know.
You can just give them this flyer and say, call this number, dial this extension, or just dial 0, and it'll ring at all 5 centers, and the first one that picks up will help.
Great.
And they can also send text messages. We
Love it.
review that.
That's great.
So yeah.
Anything else you wanted to add? How people can support you?
Well, we work very closely with a lot of the reason why I made this connection with you guys also was not only just Google. I want to give a big shout out to Hazel Moreno at Liberty Dental. She kept telling me about you guys, but I didn't really make that connection at that one time. But then finally, when I got to spoken to Chris, the previous executive director, I put 2 and 2 the puzzle together. From there, that puzzle grew into all the Medicaid MCOs, which are the health plans of all Medicaid. I just want to give them a big shout out too. They have been very supportive of all the efforts we are doing for whether they're events, whether they're items. Today, Molina helped a lot with the hygiene items. So just continuing that team effort. Because just as an example for Molina, he called me one day and said, because we have that connection, and said, how can Molina assist with the needs that are happening in our schools? What are you seeing at your schools? Right now it's lice season. So there are a lot of kids are being sent home because if one kid gets it, then guess what? The entire classroom gets it, and the entire half of the school gets it. So when those clinical aides are trying to do their best to keep that handled, it goes faster than what they can handle.
Can he get help with lice?
Jose can.
No, I don't think it's really funny to joke about this.
I'm just joking around, buddy. I'm just joking
But anyway,
around.
that's just an example, right, of how much our community
That's
partners
amazing,
care. So
Yeah,
they
it's
care.
huge.
And so I don't want to be greedy and keep asking for more, because I feel that the team we have right now, like we had a Friendsgiving celebration last Thursday to emphasize that togetherness, to emphasize the work we do, and to try not to talk work, but try to just talk about how your day is, because it's important. Like I was hearing Chas say, we need a mental day. Or a mental group day. Like, let's talk about anything but work, right? Because we are people too. We're humans too. And we feel too. And our crisis may not be the same as the people we help, but it's still a crisis, right?
It is vital too in the kind of work you're in and we're in is making sure that we're not obsessed with what we're doing. Because you can see those needs, you can see, and you want to fill them all as a person, right? You see the person that as a human being, and you want to just help them, right? And you want to make sure they get all the resources they need.
Right.
I know. So it's really easy to get so obsessed and so wrapped up in all of it, and to take that step back and just have conversations as friends or as That's just people.
Right. Self-care.
rather than just be that focus on what can that person do for me. How can I care for that person?
It's a gift and a curse, because that's what makes us so good at what we do, and serving is the compassion, but also it's really difficult to separate that and not take it home. It's sticky.
Hard.
You take some home with you, so you have to.
Like, for example, a lot of people meet me and say, "You're such a people person." I'm like, "No, you don't know me yet." I do love talking to people. I do like hearing people, but I enjoy being by myself. Like the pandemic, it sucked for all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
But the part where you get to be isolated at home, that was my favorite part. I loved it. Just being home and still be able to work. I was very thankful for that. But, you know, just I need that. I need being by myself.
Right, and that's I mean that's part of the reason this podcast exists. Is that's why we start with the 3 events.
Right.
Before, right? Because it's things that aren't necessarily related to Good Shepherd, and things that people can be involved in the community with.
Yes.
Right. Go to a show.
Right.
Go to Lion King. Go to The Grinch. Be a part of the Shields Turkey Trot and do something that is not in your normal routine.
Right.
My wife, she she works at Faith Academy here in Reno, and she today they're taking this week off of school for their fall break, and so today she went back to her old job and just covered a shift just because she wanted to see people. And she was like, it was so refreshing to do something different out of my routine, right? And that helps create just mental well-being for us. It really does.
And sometimes you just need time to yourself, and so it's good to know what you need. You know?
Right.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, who's gonna take care of?
You can't pour from an empty cup.
There you go. That's my boss's favorite. So if she's tuning in,
I was going to ask you if you liked your boss, if that was a good thing or bad thing. So.
I do love my boss. If you're
of course,
listening.
she's going to say, "Hey yo."
Well, that's bad,
well, that's
guys.
I do love her.
All right, I know.
I meant it.
I know
awesome.
you do. I know.
She approved me being here tonight.
Hey, there we
That's
go.
amazing.
That's a cool
That
boss
shows
right there.
that she cares.
Yes, she does.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, thank you so much for everything you do and sharing what is there, and can people support financially at all? I'm not sure how that all works.
They could always give us donations. We are, I forgot to say that even though we are part of the school district for the Family Resource Centers, every single staff is grant funded. Every single year we do apply with a human services agency to make sure we have salaries.
Yeah.
We are always welcoming donations. We have a gifts and donations account that's running kind of low, but you know, one of our biggest requests are how in regards to support the needs of our clients, like laundry day, like quarter drive. So I want to give a shout out to Al Rusa, their organization of volunteers that help nonprofits too. So good. Courtney Vaught has made an effort of helping with that. So just little things like that we can say grants are not going to be okay with buying quarters. You know, grants are going to be, that's the no. So their organizations like themselves are helping us. You know, it's always great to have people that can adopt a family for Christmas that can be able to then help those families make the little ones' wishes come true. Even though Christmas is not about just gifts or toys. Kids don't really understand that, right? So like you guys were saying, when I was little, there was not always gifts under the tree, but you know, some families are okay with that. The kids are not. So they always take it to heart if they're not seeing gifts in their tree and they've been doing great at school.
Oh yeah,
and,
supporting people is great.
Yeah, so like things like that, it's always great. You know, if you have it in you and you want to donate, just let us know. I'll forward you to my boss's information, and then we can talk to the grants department, and you can make a donation.
Yeah, no, we have our podcast. A lot of different people watch it, so it's great to be able to help as many people as we can.
And
right.
Speaking of gifts, I think your mom posted. Did she post your pictures? Oh, just kidding.
delete. I have a mouse right here.
You share your screen.
Ending live.
No, just thank you again for the opportunity. this is really great. This is really nice. I didn't know what I was coming into, and this is very professional. I walked in, and it brought me back to my journalism days, and I said, "Wow, fancy."
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. And if people are unfamiliar with Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet and what we do, we give away clothes free to those in need. So on average, we give away $70,000 worth of clothing every single month.
At thrift store prices.
Yeah, thrift store prices.
Which is a lot of clothes.
And I mean, and we're saying our average is 70 people per day, which equates to 700 people a month, and that number is going up right now. So
you had 100 the other day, in one
96,
day, right? 96,
yeah, which was
and we never charge for a piece of clothing.
No, never.
It's amazing.
And it's just because of donors like you listening or watching. You're donating clothing to us. You're donating financially to us, part of the 620 program or other means. And I mean, it's just huge to see people. I was at the Reno City Lights event last Friday, and I recognized one of our donors. And I said, "Oh, thank you so much for your donation." And he donated substantially to us, and I was like, why'd you donate that? Why'd you do that? And he said point blank, it was that presentation that you gave a few months ago, and it was at one of our events. And he said, and I realized what matters is giving that individual that hope and dignity.
Yeah, it's not just clothes.
It's not just clothes. Because people think, oh, Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, clothes. No, it's so much more than that. It's like what you're doing. It's that taking care of that person.
The wraparound services, right?
Bingo. And that's why we're thrilled to be in the location we are with all the stuff. And we're just so thankful for those people who believe in our cause. Because without them, we're closed.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't recognize as many people to be thankful for, because the food bank plays a huge role in the work we do. Help Plan of Nevada has also helped us. Silver Summit. I mean, I can be here all night thanking every single one of them, but it's just amazing what we can do together.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
We have such good people in this community.
Yeah, we just served actually 39 schools last Thursday morning with our holiday food boxes away, where all school staff at each school, whether it was North Valley, Sparks, Northwest, or Northeast schools, identified 10 families each, and the Catholic Charities made it happen. They came and gave us 360 hams and 300 bags.
It's amazing.
Full of holiday meal kits. On top of that, Katie Grace Foundation donated 400 backpacks full of hygiene supplies.
Amazing.
400 sweatshirts, 200 blankets. Oh my gosh, the list can go on. So you can see.
Taking care of that lice. Taking care of that lice.
Well, it's just amazing. And then you guys always come to all the events we host over there, because you understand that North Valley is so far out there, and people don't always have the transportation.
And it's growing. I mean, there's a lot of need out there.
Yes, and it's everywhere, right? Reno is certainly not the Reno it used to be 30 years ago when I moved in. So North Valley is very, I feel very blessed to be representing. North Valley is not just Stead, it's not just Lemon Valley, it's all the way from Panther Valley, Golden Valley, through Watertown.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you said instead of where?
Funny, like I haven't heard that before. Stead, Reno area, where the Reno Stead Airport is, Mr. Dave. I was wondering when that was gonna happen.
I just had to. I slip it in.
Right. Anywho, I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for always making an appearance and supporting us. We're having another event coming up next month.
Yeah.
So for the baby shower through Silver Summit,
Very
last
cool.
one was through Anthem. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing all your services over there. Although I know it takes a lot. So.
And I just wanted to add, for all those out there who can't give financially, because we know a lot of people are hurting right now, you can be a part of the mission by volunteering time, or just liking and sharing and commenting on this podcast helps us get exposure. So we can all play a part in this, and I just thank you for your commitment to that.
Absolutely. If no one likes your share, I've heard that, and I'm like, oh, I stopped sharing. I was like, well, why'd you stop sharing? And they say, oh, because no one liked it. And I'm like, well, I promise you this. We'll try to like it. I'll find it. I'll like it. And even if no one likes it, it actually still
People
supports
still see it.
us.
We actually have thousands of views on all
Exactly.
platforms.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I think who was it? It was John.
Oh yeah,
He came
yeah.
over at Klippenstein, and
Yeah.
he was like, I didn't know if anybody saw it. You were like, no, there was thousands of views.
That's
He's
great.
like, oh no.
That's
like,
pretty
people watch
awesome.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're thrilled with the community support we're getting. So if you want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please go to getclothes.org. Getclothes.org. Easy to remember. Share that with whoever needs it, or if you just want to be involved. We're always looking for volunteers and support. So thank you guys so much for listening. We're out of time, and we appreciate you watching and being a part of what we're doing in the community. We help 700 people a month, no matter what. We're asking you to come alongside and help one. We'll see you next week, guys.
Take care. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.